So we just recently redo the whole washing basin and its corresponding shelves here. And with that, there's a little caveat that showed up. There are the remains of our old washing basin and the shelf, and as we lowered it, of course, they just suddenly appeared, very nice and ugly. And so right now we have two options. Either we're just gonna unscrew the whole thing out, but there would be the hole in the tile, which is really not fixable in a way, right? Or we do something else. What if we use those ugly hooks to hang a shelf there where we can store and put toothbrushes, toothpaste, and other lovely things? The first and most important step, measuring the dimensions, so annoying. Also, I'm a little bit afraid to fall into the toilet, so wish me luck. It is a lovely idea, don't you think? Reusing what is already there to make and create something new. But I have very limited time these days, as I'm a father and trying to play badminton and stuff. And so I've been postponing this particular project for at least 2 months already. And so today I will challenge myself to design the whole thing with also the holders and everything in less than 1 hour, as my daughter and my wife are coming very soon now. So wish me luck and let's go. We surprisingly made it in time. When you apply a lot of pressure, the diamonds get made. The design is done and now we can go and celebrate. But if you've been printing for some time, you know that having the design done is just the very beginning. One of the main challenges of this design is not the shape itself, but this tiny hole here that is going to be used for attaching to that hook. And as we love perfect things here, perfect fits to be precise, I of course had to get that hole perfectly sitting on that hook. And it took me only 5 iterations. What I did was a small cutout of that small piece and then just changing tiny bits of millimeters, printing, checking, reprinting, checking. That's how you do it. But this iteration process is something that they don't really show you in the movies, right? Like getting things actually not correct. So for example, with the first piece, I totally missed that there is this small plastic thingy that is kind of still getting out with the hook, and so I just couldn't get it through and put it through it. So I had to make a small cutout on the very back so it can just pass through that plastic thing. I should learn how to say that plastic thing with the correct word. But anyways, let's talk a bit about the design itself. So this is the final product, and as I said, this here is just something so easy. Then the hollow bottom sort of, or having the grid, that's what I really like having in bathrooms in general, so there's no like water that would just stuck in there, so just pours through or gets through and then it dries somewhere, so you don't get really any sort of mold or mess. So that's just what is all about, or that is what I'm all about. I hate mold. And so those small things, as you saw, were actually cut off of this place here. And just right after I just put or hang this on the hook, I realized the whole construction is kind of weak. So it's gonna deform, and this has been sitting there for maybe 2 weeks already. Yes, that's how I been postponing making this video. And so it's already deformed. It's just something that goes with it. The reason it deforms is obviously of having a really huge lever here, as there is no support whatsoever. So perhaps changing a little bit of the wall thickness and perhaps the integrator might help, but I believe it will be still not enough. So it just depends on how much weight you put on the other side when it's actually weak. But you know, I'm happy that this project is coming to the very end now, and sometimes that's enough. I'm glad that the hole is perfectly sitting there. That's how we do it here, but you know, it will last some time, and when it breaks, we will again fix it with hopefully a better design. If you were paying attention, and I know you did not, but anyways, there are two hooks, right? And this goes to the one on the very left. And of course, I did not make the design for the second one. That's the cruel reality of being a maker who is passionate, but also a little bit of, you know, lacking the finishing. How do you say? The finishing, yes. So it's like, you know, running a whole marathon, and then on the very, very last few meters realized that I already did, you know, 99%. But today I'll just take it slow. And so if you are a little like me, please let me know so I don't feel alone being a procrastinator and maker at the same time. And so this is a way, yes, to get a flower for your wife on our 4th anniversary. Yes. And also a bit of, you know, getting perfect fit on the hook. So thank you so much for being here today with me. I really appreciate that. Please go and watch another video of mine because you're only missing me, I know. See you. And the design, and the design, and the design.